Welcome guys to my very important One Piece video. I'm not caught up with the series, but I'm going to spoil One Piece for you anyways. Some major spoilers ahead. Alright, part 1. Why Gaimon is the One Piece. As the AI on Google says, a good theory can be tested through experiments or observations. But what I want to ask is, how does Gaimon shit while in a chest? It must be the One Piece. You see, what we know from the One Piece is that it's on an island, and people shit on islands. So that just adds evidence to this theory. And you might think, how does that relate to the One Piece? Well, let me tell you, I don't fucking know. Next segment, his romance with Buggy. As you can see in this screenshot, Gaimon and Buggy are blushing profusely. You might think, obviously what's in those cups is alcohol. But you'd be wrong. It's normal juice. In that one episode where Shanks meets Luffy, we can see him drinking alcohol. So alcohol in the One Piece universe must be that color. I know we can't really see the contents in those bowls / whatever cups they are. But I'd like to think it's a homoerotic relationship blossoming. And as you know, most people ship Shanks with Buggy, but I would say that's incorrect. They don't even have any chemistry, one has red hair and one has a red nose, and that's the closest thing to chemistry they have. But as I would like to say, they clearly are in a romantic relationship. And as we all know, Buggy was on Goldie Roger's crew and he found the One Piece. So it'd be not far-fetched for him to find the One Piece again. It must have been traumatic shock to make his memory disappear. And that's why it's like meeting him all over again. As we can see in the screenshot, his hair was black before he fell in the chest, so it must be the work of the One Piece. As we all know, the One Piece has some sort of magical properties. This is evident by people constantly wanting to find it. And magic in the One Piece universe is kind of real. How else would people use hockey or devil fruits? Or not be able to swim in the ocean? Next part, people with feet fetishes really like Gaimon, so it must be true. If we look really closely in the series of One Piece, people have feet. Well, except for that one guy who got his leg chopped off by Doflamingo. Poor guy. I forgot his name, but he was a background character, so it doesn't matter. But most people in the series have feet, unless they have a peg leg. And as we all know, feet allow you to walk. People without feet can walk too, but they kind of need wheelchairs and help going upstairs. And there's nothing wrong with that. I think people like that are very strong, independent, and beautiful. But we're talking about feet fetishes. The One Piece community really likes feet fetish art, as I constantly scroll and see it appearing on my feed. As we know, feet are used for walking, and therefore must be the work of the One Piece. Next part, he found love. He found love with this random blonde lady. And as we know, he is cheating on Buggy. This is why Buggy is always upset and irritable all the time. I too would cry if I was in Buggy's place. By the way, sorry if you can hear my fan on my laptop. I really needed to get this out for the community. I'm sorry to spoil, but like, it's very important. My next point. Everyone laughed when they saw the One Piece. As we know, there's that one picture of Goldie Roger, and he's like, ha 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 ha. Like, I first laughed when I saw Gaimon too, so therefore he must be the One Piece. You may be wondering, why isn't he on Laugh Tale? Well, let me just tell you. He was the One Piece before he fell in the chest. You know, after he fell in the chest, you know, he was stuck on that one island. So he must have been on like Laugh Tale at one time, aka Raftel. Here's something for all you theorists out there. Do you think him falling into the chest is a metaphor for losing one's virginity? Think about it. He's naked and afraid, and that's a popular TV show, so I think it must be true. Everyone I've asked has told me that this theory is absolutely insane and doesn't make any sense, but I'd like to disagree. I don't think anyone could disprove this evidence I just presented. Well, anyways, thank you guys for watching. Subscribe and like for one prayer equals like. And make sure to watch the next episode of One Piece so you can clearly see that I'm right. Also, Punk Hazard is the best arc of One Piece. Debate me, haters. Get wrecked.